Hey there guys, Portal Master here, and in today's video we are going to be talking about why Broccoli Guy, my man Broccoli Guy, is the best villain in the entire game in Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Now you may have been seeing a lot of videos out there about, what character is the best, which by the way it's Stealth Elf. Stealth Elf is the best character, and yeah, but anyway, the best villain in this game is, I say this without a doubt, Broccoli Guy. There is not a single villain that can even come close to Broccoli Guy early game in PvE. Now, maybe eventually mechanics will be changed where he's not the best character. Maybe in certain situations he's not the best character. But early on in the game, like when you're first starting out, when you're trying to do PvE, when you're trying to do the islands, when you're trying to do pretty much all of the Mirage Tower, you could probably niche in maybe Smoke Screen for a couple of the Mirage Tower floors. Probably for Arena, you start to see some other villains actually start to shine. Honestly, a lot of these characters haven't been played around with enough to actually know what the best character is in certain situations, but pretty much for like 90% of early game situations, I'd go so far as to say almost 100% of early game situations. I'm not willing to say 100%, but almost every single early game situation, Broccoli Guy is the best character, the best villain. And we're going to be talking about why that is. So first up, let's actually make sure you guys know what the point of Broccoli Guy is. He is a single target healer, meaning that he can target the ally with the lowest HP, and naturally speaking, he decreases their debuff count by 1. The debuff decrease honestly isn't what makes him such a good character. Obviously it makes him better than if it's good that it's there. It's better than if it wasn't there. However, it isn't what actually makes him a good character. So before we do this as well, I do want to mention that all of these villains with skill ups, which have they have these two skills. Of course, they have their actual innate ability that they use in combat, and then they also have the second one, which is deactivate summoning. They all have deactivate summoning, and it all works the same on every single villain that's currently in the game as of today. And basically the way it works is that after each villain has used their skill twice, they will desummon. So it doesn't matter how much health they have. They'll desummon after they use their heal or whatever ability is actually theirs after a certain number of times. So by default, it's 2 for every character, and it can be skilled all the way up to 4. This is honestly a huge difference maker in terms of the power of a villain in terms of their actual combat. So that means that especially if you have a character such as, let's say, Wildfire, which I actually don't even have on this account. Unfortunately, I have him on my other account, but the point is, or Chill, or any character that can basically aggro the enemies and keep your villain alive. That second skill up is super important. So I don't want to overstate the skilling up the first ability, but the second ability is also really important. But again, let's actually get into what makes Broccoli Guy tick, because you're probably wondering this at this point, what actually makes him so good. The reason he's so good is because of his ability to heal a single target. And okay, you're like, that's literally the point. Is that it really it? Well, the thing is that eventually he gets to the point where he's honestly a better healer than Hot Dog, and that seems very counterintuitive because Hot Dog, I haven't actually played around with this, but Hot Dog heals for a lot. And so you might be wondering, okay, but why use Broccoli Guy, instead of any other villain? And it just, again, it comes down to having that permanent healer that just you cannot kill, and even if you kill, comes back, is actually such a game changer and gives you an incredible amount of survivability. In PvE, in the actual going through the adventures, the criteria to 3-star is not as strenuous as it is in like the Beast Labyrinth, or basically the distorted dimensions. In the distorted dimensions, in order to get a 3-star, you have to clear within 3 minutes. We'll see within the Shattered Islands, I don't actually know what the upper limit for how long you can, oh, it's 5 minutes. Sorry, I had forgotten. Yeah, it's a 5-minute time limit to actually be able to 3-star. The survivability that Broccoli Guy gives you allows all characters to survive, like it says down there, because you need that to get 3 stars. You need all your characters to survive. So being able to clear it in a short period of time is significantly less important. And you might be wondering, okay, what's the point of a 3-star? Why do you really need a 3-star? Well, if you want to grind and you want to actually progress and get all of the rewards for every single island, you have to 3-star every level. You just do. And Broccoli Guy is so good for keeping you alive for an extended period of time. If we actually go back over to his skills, and we actually, because this is the one point I was trying to drive home, is that his first skill up increases basically the heal power by 10%. Not too big of a deal. The second skill up to level 3 gives a defense buff, meaning that the character that is healed will get extra defense. The fourth one increases heal power by another 10%. Level 5 makes it where he removes not 1 but 2 debuffs. And level 6 allows health regeneration. Level 7 decreases cooldown time. And level 8 gives a second defense up buff. Okay, so that heal regeneration is actually a pretty good ability too. And once you get him to level 6 of this fresh fruits and veggies skill, does give him a lot more power. It's not game-changing, but it is definitely something that wouldn't otherwise be there. And it's kind of a big deal for him to be able to heal more like this. And I guess the point I'm just trying to drive home is that having Broccoli Guy on your team is so much better than having Chompy or any other basically single target thing. So yeah, Chompy, let's see, Chompy is a single target attacker. You have like Bad Juju, who's a buffer. You have Chomp Chest, who is basically a defender, gives you extra defense. You have I can't think of, Trolling Thunder, who basically attacks single target. You have Rage Mage that gives heal down, which I don't really see the purpose in Rage Mage ever because of that. You've got Mastermind, who gives focus, which just basically decreases skill cooldown, which on some niche teams could be useful. You then have I-5 that can basically do a single target attack again, and then you have Ice Cream that just does, again, single target attacking. You see, other than Broccoli Guy, there is no other healer. And Smokescreen, which I actually didn't talk about, is the only other unique villain with area of effect damage attacking all enemies. So these are definitely the two most unique villains because there's only one healer and there's only one group attacker. That's why these two are the best. And of these two, Broccoli Guy is far superior. Nothing else heals. If there was another villain healer, they could maybe compete, but the main point is that having that healer is so pivotal and so important to your team composition. Do not try to build a team without Broccoli Guy early game. You absolutely need him in order to progress. You could probably progress with a different villain, but it's just not going to be as easy. So if you have any more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I don't really know what other way to try to drive home the point that Broccoli Guy is such a good character. I really don't know what other words I can use to describe how strong it is to have Broccoli Guy. Even if you're running Hot Dog and Broccoli Guy on the same team, which is what I do, Broccoli Guy as a second healer, strong idea, and I definitely think that, again, he honestly fits with just about any team in PvE, so strongly recommend him. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them best I can, or any other video ideas for this game that you guys have. That's all for now. This has been Portal Master. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to all my patrons on Patreon, especially Cosmic Dragon Gaming and Portal Power TV. See you guys next time.